Get ready for breaking baseball news. The Toronto Blue Jays are making some major roster moves right now. We dive deep into why the return of Addison Barger is such a huge story for the team. We look at the struggles the Blue Jays have been facing and what this potential return means for their season. This is the story you need to hear first.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSockets Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we look at the pitching side of things. Swingman Eric Lauer has been designated for assignment after a rough start, and we break down why this move is happening. We examine his recent performance, including his high whip and his desire to stay in the starting rotation, and what this shakeup means for the Blue Jays pitching staff. Now we switch gears to the Detroit Tigers and the American League Central. The Tigers just snagged a much-needed victory, and we explore how they are building momentum heading into a series against the Mets. We'll cover the key plays, like Gage Workman's first Major League home run, and what this win means for their playoff chances. Finally, we turn to the New York Yankees and the future of their infield. We examine the situation surrounding shortstop Jose Caballero's finger injury and the lingering questions about Anthony Volpe's future with the team. Will this be the turning point Volpe needs, or will the Yankees stick with their current plan? Stay with us for the full breakdown. The Toronto Blue Jays are undergoing significant roster adjustments as they attempt to navigate a challenging season following a disappointing start. The team, which is currently sitting in third place in the American League East with an 18-22 record, has struggled with underperforming stars and numerous injuries. A major focus for the club was the return of Addison Barger, a key contributor from last season who posted 21 home runs and a .480 batting average in the World Series. However, Barger's comeback was short-lived. He was placed on the 10-day injured list due to inflammation in his right elbow, leaving a noticeable void for Toronto. Despite his absence, Barger's recent performance, including an impressive 101.2 mph outfield assist to get Jorge Soler out, highlights his past impact. In contrasting moves, swingman Eric Lauer was designated for assignment after a rough start in 2026. Pitching with a 6.69 ERA across 36 and a third innings and an elevated 1.49 whip. Lauer had shown potential in 2025, posting a career-low 3.18 ERA over 104 and two-thirds innings and expressing a desire to remain a starter. However, his performance has not met expectations, leading to the DFA, which the team views as a necessary shakeup to regain momentum. Complementing these moves, the Blue Jays have brought in Yohendrick Pinango, recalled from AAA, and right-hander Yariel Rodriguez. Pinango has shown promise with a .423444462 line in 10 games for the team, though he is currently viewed as a depth piece. Rodriguez, who has experience with the organization, has been performing solidly in the minors, posting a 2.63 ERA across 11 games this season. He is expected to serve as a bulk reliever, similar to Lauer's role, though his exact deployment remains to be determined. These roster changes signal the Blue Jays' concerted effort to right the ship and assert control in a middling American League. While the path to winning remains uncertain, these transactions represent a clear attempt to inject new energy and talent into the lineup. The Detroit Tigers secured a vital victory on Sunday, snapping a 5-game losing streak with a 6-3 win against the Kansas City Royals. The team is now looking to build momentum as they prepare to visit New York to face the New York Mets in a 3-game series starting Tuesday. Key to the win was Gage Workman, who hit his first Major League home run, a go-ahead 2-run shot, after being recalled from AAA Toledo earlier in the day. Workman's elevation followed Kerry Carpenter being placed on the Tigers' crowded injured list with a shoulder sprain. Manager A.J. Hinch praised the team's efforts, stating, "A lot of good things happened Sunday, with Gage's pinch hit being at the top. There were a lot of contributions across the roster and we needed it. It's been a tough week." Fortunately for Detroit, Other American League Central teams have struggled, with none entering the week above .500. Hinch has relied on bullpen days, as Carpenter is now the third player on the injured list. Hinch emphasized focusing on current personnel, noting, "There's no evaluation that's going to make that record change or make the situation change." Looking ahead to the series, Detroit's starter, Jack Flaherty, is seeking his first win of the season. Flaherty struggled against Boston on Wednesday, striking out a season-high 10 batters in 5 innings, but failing to generate run support, and the outing was marred by a key error. Flaherty will face veteran right-hander Freddie Peralta, who has shown resilience, recording his second win of the season despite requiring 91 pitches in his last start against Colorado. Peralta enters the matchup with a 2.93 ERA in 3 career starts against Detroit. Meanwhile, the Mets are struggling, having lost 3 of their last 4 games and remaining at the bottom of the National League East. Offensively, the team has been inefficient, scoring only 139 runs in 40 games, the second fewest in the majors, with only 1 run scored in their last 2 outings. The offensive catalyst, outfielder Juan Soto, is struggling with consistency, batting .121 this month and going hitless in his last 3 games. Soto admitted the difficulty, stating, "It's tough. I have just been missing a lot of balls. They have been throwing me pitches that I have just been a little under, and I have been working with the hitting coaches, swinging the bat, doing my routine, working on mechanics. You're at the point where you got to stop missing it." New York Yankees shortstop Jose Caballero is nursing a finger injury and will undergo medical tests to assess the damage. Caballero sustained the injury while diving back to first base during Sunday's loss to the Milwaukee Brewers and was absent from Monday night's game. Yankees manager Aaron Boone confirmed that Caballero is scheduled to see a hand specialist in New York on Tuesday for testing, which may include an MRI to check for a fracture. Prior to this injury, Caballero had performed well, batting .259 with 4 home runs, 13 RBIs, and 13 stolen bases across 40 games through Sunday. In other MLB news, Cleveland Guardians manager Stephen Vogt will miss a second consecutive game due to a viral infection. Bench coach Tony Arnerich served as the acting manager during the series opener against the Los Angels, assuring that Vogt is recovering and expected to return tonight. Vogt remains a highly decorated figure, having won the AL Manager of the Year award in both 2024 and 2025 during his first 2 seasons as a major league manager. For the Texas Rangers, right-hander Nathan Eovaldi was scratched from his scheduled start due to left side tightness. Eovaldi was set to pitch Monday night in a series opener against Arizona. Eovaldi is performing well with a 4-4 record this season and is riding a streak of consecutive wins against the Yankees in his last 2 starts, limiting them to just 1 run and striking out 15 batters over 15 innings in those outings. Meanwhile, Houston's Carlos Correa has undergone surgery to repair a torn tendon in his left ankle on Monday. The star infielder suffered the injury last week and announced the need for season-ending surgery the following day. Manager Joe Espada confirmed that Correa communicated with him via FaceTime during a meeting with Houston's position players before the start of a 4-game series against Seattle. Recovery is projected to take between 6 and 8 months. Anthony Volpe has been demoted to the minor leagues by the New York Yankees, signaling a significant shift in his career trajectory. This move stems from prolonged struggles and concerns regarding his future in the major leagues, contrasting sharply with the legacy of former Yankees infielder Derek Jeter. Volpe was a first-round pick in 2019 and has been in the major leagues since 2023. But his overall performance has been disappointing year after year, necessitating a fundamental change in his approach to secure a return. The Yankees' general manager and Brian Cashman defended the decision, citing the strong performance of Jose Caballero as the reason for keeping the shortstop position open. Cashman indicated a reluctance to alter the established structure, given the team's strong record in the American League. Volpe's 2025 season was statistically poor, finishing with a .212 batting average, a .272 on-base percentage, and a .391 slugging percentage. His offensive output was characterized by a lack of production and quality at bats, highlighted by a career-high 10.5% barrel percentage and a 58.4% air percentage. Beyond offensive struggles, Volpe's defensive performance was a major concern. He was expected to commit errors, overthrow first base, and make fielding mistakes. In 2025, he played 153 games at shortstop, accumulating 19 errors, a league-leading figure, and finishing with a fielding percentage of .963, below the league average of .975. The decision to keep Volpe in the minors was supported by the success of Caballero, who provided significant offensive production, including 35 hits and 4 home runs in 40 games, though Caballero recently suffered a finger injury. Looking ahead, analysts suggest that Volpe's path back to the big leagues hinges on recognizing his faults and prioritizing production. The focus must shift to his short game, emphasizing hitting gap to gap, working up the middle, and getting on base. Volpe possesses the speed and ability to reach base forcefully, having scored 18 bases in 2025. The ultimate goal for Volpe is to regain trust both offensively and defensively by focusing on execution rather than overachieving.